Okay, gents. Okay, boys, you know the rules. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. Touch gloves, touch them.
A couple of real heavyweight characters engage here in what could be a volatile mix of power. Unpredictable too. Long-time campaigner Dereck Chisora with new trainer there, Dave Caldwell, returning to the fold again against this rather wild and woolly Albanian Senad Gashi, who's got plenty of knockouts very early on and could go for this. It might be lively. The southpaw with the red and green sparkly trunks. Gashi at 15-10 is giving so much weight away to Dereck Chisora, who scaled 18-7, and he looks heavy to me on the scales.
He did look a little bit heavy, but I'm sure he's fit. He's been in camp. He's been training a new setup with Dave Caldwell. He'll have been putting the work up there. He's had David Hay overseeing things as well, popping up.
Just getting tangled up in the ropes there, Victor Lachlan, the referee. Not getting involved. A wild swing from Chisora, who was hurt early by Dillian White, and of course, knocked out badly. Will the punch resistance be in question after the long career that goes back to 2007? He's a much watch attraction, Chisora. You just can't take your eyes off him because you never know.
No, and let's not forget, this was supposed to be the top of the bill tonight, the main attraction, and it's a good fight as well. You know, Dave Allen and Dereck Chisora got a little agreement between them. Chisora nicely.
Right hand from Gashi inside the opening minute and 15. 17 knockouts in his 17 wins. Chisora's had a good chin through his career. But does that go the older you get?
I think inevitably with everyone it goes, and there's no shame whatsoever in getting knocked out by Dillian White, who I feel has improved fight after fight after fight. But it's coming to the end of the line shortly for Dereck Chisora. We don't know what he has left, and that's what we're hoping. He's still got a lot left tonight.
7 years older than Senad Gashi, who comes with plenty of ambition, wants to spring the upset and leapfrog into some big fights himself. Remember, just 3 days' notice for the Takam job, and while he was battered to defeat, he was brave, very stubborn and very gritty.
It's a little bit sluggish, Chisora, and I'm not sure if it is actually him being quite slow, or that Gashi is as sharp and fast as he is. He's obviously got a lot less weight to carry around the ring.
Had a game plan too. He's not rushing in, Gashi. Looking to find the accurate blows from distance. And just confused Chisora. Hasn't fought anywhere near the levels that Dereck Chisora has, of course. Challenging for world titles in with the likes of Tyson Fury, so many others. David Hay, of course, his promoter, who did stop him. Can't go on forever, Paul.
Down like you're doing, you're making him have to work. He's got to slow down sooner or later. Just stay alert when you exchange, yeah? Don't swing up too high, yeah? Right? The right hand, when you're getting close, you know that right hand was going straight to the body? You know the right hand straight, so you've got to make sure you're close. Other than that, just keep touching. If it's Sarko, keep touching him, stop being nice and sharp. He switched Sarko that round, right? So when it's only same exactly with the sparring, right? He was switching, right? Make him uncomfortable about your head and your legs. Because he's going that way, off your punch, roll out to put him off, yeah? Very good start, very smart start. Be alert, don't come out with your hands low, yeah?
Dave Caldwell's been pretty impressed with Dereck Chisora, who's been travelling up to the Caldwell camp in Rotherham, saying that he's going to utilise his jab and much better head movement tonight. Can you teach an old dog new tricks? Don Charles, his long-time trainer, and many people say long-suffering, but they had their ups and downs. Good guide on, and he'll be watching on. Just caught there, Gashi, and the feet
keep getting tangled. I'm not sure whether it's Chisora, whether he's actually used to that many southpaws, you know, but every time Chisora leans in to throw the jab, Gashi's moving to his left and just getting out of range a bit too easily for me. I'd like to see Chisora start stepping over to his right and actually cut the ring off.
Senad Gashi's plans, obviously, to pickpocket his way through the early rounds, so maybe he hopes Chisora will lack stamina down the stretch. The younger legs, the proper training camp he's had as well, but it is a lot of weight to give away and a lot of experience. But I think it's a decent start, this, from Senad Gashi.
A nice little short, like, left uppercut counter there as Chisora was coming in for the jab.
Just goes for a walkabout. Gashi, he is unpredictable himself. We know the Chisora mentality has been tested a few times, tables thrown at press conference, kissing at weigh-ins, even done for a bite as well. That rumble he had with David Hay over in Germany. But Gashi's also had his problems out in the ring, disqualified before. Something unusual might happen here.
He's got no head movement at all, Gashi, and he needs to start dipping to the side, or at least just moving it from side to side. He can't be keeping a static target for Dereck Chisora, because it's only going to be a matter of time before Chisora starts taking that step over and cutting the distance up properly.
A body shot from Chisora. He could just march him down, couldn't he? Into corners, pin him away, utilise that advantage he's got. Good jab from Chisora, that's better.
Oh, a good shot.
Yeah, good countering work from Gashi, who just winks at a friend maybe at ringside. Not many have made the trip over to support him. The Savage. Very pro-Chisora crowd here at the O2 who love this cult character in British boxing. I'm not sure they've always been the best of friends, Eddie Hearn and David Hay, but business is business, and who'd have thought David Hay would end up promoting and cheering on Dereck Chisora. What an odd, strange, but wonderful sport it is.
Tell you what, David Hay looks like he could be ready to step in on June 16th. June the 1st, sorry. He's in great shape, isn't he?
I thought you might say that. He's thrown Dereck Chisora's name into the hat. I think anyone that's over about 14 stone has been mentioned as a possible AJ opponent for June the 1st. I think the favourites remain Luis Ortiz, maybe Kubrat Pulev, Michael Hunter, someone like that. But Chisora's still got ambitions of his own. And he needs a win here badly in this 10-rounder against Senad Gashi, who's won 17 of 19, 2 defeats. Body shot from Chisora. That's what he's got to start doing, utilising this huge weight advantage and landing shots that just close down Gashi.
Start cutting the distance off a little bit better. Don't follow him. Step to the side like he's doing there. Start roughing him up a little bit now, letting your own shots go, but don't get frustrated, because he's looking at the moment facially like Gashi's starting to annoy him a little bit, and he doesn't need to let the red mist come in. That's a good shot from Chisora, right hand over the top.
Nice hard shot from Chisora, who of course had that come from behind. Thrilling victory over Carlos Takam, and then Takam got the better of Senad Gashi. So you fancy Chisora pretty much every day of the week, but the question marks at 35 is what is there left, and Gashi getting the head in there. He said he'll either knock Chisora out or he'll be disqualified himself. Might happen.
It might happen. Both getting a little turn off of the head. I think that was a bit more of Gashi than actually Chisora getting involved, but I think Dereck Chisora will love a bit of that.
Some felt that Gashi might just really go for it first couple of rounds, try and unsettle Chisora. Hasn't done that. And Chisora getting into his groove. Jab, body shot, chipping away now. Good work. There you go, says Dave Caldwell in that blue corner.
Little sneaky left hand coming back from Gashi again. This is better stuff from Chisora. He's got to still stay switched on. Starting to cut the ring off better now and starting to step aside and step to his side instead of following Gashi round.
Jab to the body as well. Slow the legs of Gashi. Big clubbing shots, a nice right hand as well. This what punches a left hook from Gashi. Chisora shakes his head. It's livening up.
Good little exchange between both fighters. Chisora starting, Gashi finishing.
Back behind the jab, which does look effective. Gashi just has a look at his corner. And a good body shot from Chisora, who's starting to utilize this power advantage, but he's boxing well too.
That's why you can't do anything with you. You understand? Book it, book it, book it.
Where's my towel? I need my towel.
Yeah, no, not that one. That one. Listen, just gonna big deep breath. Stay disciplined. Yeah. Don't fucking change your discipline. When you swing, you give him a chance. Yeah. You understand? Alright? You're not boxing him easy. You're breaking him down easy. He wants you to make a mistake. Okay, I will. He wants you to get frustrated. But you see how you caught him? So you're throwing low, you're attacking him. Stay low with him, okay? Then take your head out. Make sure you got your balance.
There's David Allen. Backstage, this double heavyweight attraction at the O2, and he has the nominal main event billing. Dereck Chisora says, let him have it. I've had a few in my time. David Allen against Lucas Brown to come, but more heavyweight business here with Dereck Chisora from Finchley, Senad Gashi from Albania. Lives in Spain these days, the 28-year-old in fight number 20. Red and green sparkling shorts. He's moved to the orthodox style now. Back to southpaw, switching around.
For me,
what's the game plan long term here?
I think it's just to try and befuddle Chisora and try and confuse him, frustrate him, try and drag him into the latter part of the fight. I've got to admit, before the fight, I assumed Gashi was going to try and jump on Chisora early, as a lot of people did, but Chisora's doing well keeping his head about him here and not getting too frustrated. He has to stick to the game plan.
Right hand from Chisora, first meaty, meaningful punch of the fight. And Gashi took it well. There's not much has been landing, just the impression you get is that Chisora's closing the ring down, not allowing Gashi that space, and the physical advantage of the big guy against the little guy may well begin to take its toll. Will Gashi get desperate and try and throw some big bombs in there himself?
I think the first two rounds wasn't the easiest to score, but with Gashi turning orthodox, for me that's a big no-no, because Chisora can handle orthodoxies. He can come forward. He doesn't look the most comfortable fighter with southpaws, Dereck Chisora, especially the way Gashi's been moving. Gashi may be tired, and who knows?
Dave Caldwell was surprised he weighed in at 18.7. Chisora, as he lands a jab to the body, he said to me that he weighed 18.3 this morning, maybe too much fluid, but I think he wanted to bring him in a bit heavier because there was that question mark after the Dillian Whyte knockout about the punch resistance. No signs at the moment. Chisora asserting control here. Just looks at the referee, Gashi. Bit of inexperience there.
Yeah, feet coming together again. I think he's saying Chisora was stamping on him, but it's a totally accidental. Orthodox southpaw, you're going to get it.
And holding for the first time in the fight. And there are many rounds to go. It's advantage Chisora here in the fourth.
Orthodox again from Gashi, leaving himself wide open for that big overhand right of Chisora's, which he loves throwing. He loves chopping it down as well.
He holds again. I think he really is beginning to feel the weight already, Gashi. Not the quickest Chisora, but it's effective. And he wins that well. And he has to lean on the ropes there. Senad Gashi blows a kiss to someone at ringside. He's a lovely guy. But can he cope with this over 10 rounds?
I think Chisora slowly but surely getting to him, breaking him down. That was a lovely right hand at the start of the round. You know, Gashi, I think it's just trying to frustrate him and trying to do anything he can to actually mess Chisora up and get inside his head and let Chisora see the red mist. But Chisora's doing well, sticking to the game plan.
You want to counter. That's all he's got southpaw. So when he's southpaw, you have to stay alert. Keep feinting. The feints are working, right? Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen to me. You're boxing great. It will come, but don't get careless. Don't start swinging, right? This is your move. Listen, you can only fuck this up. Do you understand?
Excuse the language. Unusual for Dave to use that, being a part-time commentator with us, but he's very cool in the corner, and it's all going okay for Dereck Chisora. It's a bit negative, isn't it, from Senad Gashi?
It's a bit negative, yeah. It was good advice from Dave Caldwell in the corner there. You know, don't mess this up, to use a better phrase, and don't you lose your head. Gashi is obviously, as we've said in the commentary, he's trying to confuse, to bemuse, to trouble Chisora and make Chisora see that red mist and start swinging away, so Gashi can actually land them slick, fast counters, which he has.
Well, hoping Dereck Chisora might meet someone like Joseph Parker tonight. That fight couldn't be made, possibly down the line. Senad Gashi not at the Chisora level, but a nuisance.
I think Chisora picked the wrong referee to talk to there. Victor Loughlin's probably the best we've got at the moment, in my opinion, and he just said, I'm in charge, you listen to me.
Absolutely no nonsense, good referee, Victor Loughlin. And he won't take any nonsense as well. Chisora sticking to Dave Caldwell's plan. Again, left ball from Gashi. Right hand from Chisora. He's got to throw punches if he's got any chance of troubling Chisora, and I feel like he's got to hurt him to body or head. Again, he complains about the feet.
Big, powerful clubbing shots from Chisora. He landed 2 jabs over in the neutral corner. He's just landed the big clubbing right hand. Even if it's only hitting the arms, it's actually going to have an effect and take its toll eventually down the straight. I think for me, Gashi's crossed that line where it's not just trying to frustrate him. He actually looks like he doesn't want to be there at the moment. He's complaining about every time the feet coming together. He's not throwing anything back himself.
Which is surprising with this real opportunity and the talk all week as well. But maybe the reality is that it's just too big an ask at 15-10, and that's better as he tries to get a combination rattling through.
But then he undoes the good work by trying to grab and hold and wrestle straight away. The referee's not going to have any of that, and neither is Chisora. You've seen Chisora try to throw his own elbow in to stop it.
It's an infuriating performance from Senad Gashi. And a methodical one by Dereck Chisora. It's a tad slow, but good jab, and doing what Dave Caldwell wants him to do. He said it will come, you will break him down. No sign yet. Sergei Ostovsky in the corner of Senad Gashi. I mean, does he really want to win this fight?
I think if what he's trying to do is what we said at the start, he's trying to drag Chisora into the latter part of the fight, then who knows? But for me, that last round looked like he didn't actually want to be there. He looks a bit dejected sitting in the corner, but then he'll burst into a smile and blow a kiss at someone. So for me, I'm not quite sure. I think that last round, after watching that, I'm not sure if he wants to be in there, but the round before, it looked like the plan was working well. He was trying to frustrate Chisora, trying to make Chisora fight his fight, dance to his beat. Who knows?
First couple of rounds close, but Chisora taking control, and there's Big Daddy. Lucas Brown back at the O2. Not happy hunting ground for him. Dillian Whyte sitting just behind us. Flattened Lucas Brown and inflicted the first defeat on the Australian's record. But he's had some comeback wins. He's a lot lighter, and it's an intriguing, interesting one with David Allen at both stages of their career. We thought this would be fascinating, maybe more lively between Dereck Chisora and Senad Gashi. Has not caught fire, but there is 5 rounds to go. It's the second half. What can Senad Gashi do to change the pattern?
I think he's just got to start letting his hands go a little bit more, actually throwing some shots with a bit of conviction. He's just trying for the odd sneaky little jab over the lead hand of Chisora. This is better, but again, he undoes it by just trying to hold straight away. Certainly got the speed on Chisora. Just needs to start letting his hands go a little bit more for me.
Yep, he's got the athleticism, the freshness. But Dereck Chisora's had the long, hard career, the miles on the clock in with all sorts, from Klitschko to Pulev to Hay to White twice. So experienced. Former British Commonwealth and European champion, never won a world title. And that seems beyond him now, doesn't it?
At this stage in his career, yeah, especially after the devastating loss where he had to Dillian Whyte, it was a bad knockout. You know, he's on the comeback trail now. He's switched things up with his trainer. But you know, it's a big ask. It's a massive division, isn't it? Obviously, the champions are on another level, and the likes of Dillian Whyte, who hasn't got a title yet, is obviously waiting and chomping at the bit to get at the champions as well.
Deontay Wilder fighting Dominic Brazil, defending his WBC title on Sky Sports May the 18th. Anthony Joshua waiting for that opponent, and Tyson Fury, of course, in action on June the 15th. They are the 3 kings, and Dillian Whyte just behind them, you feel. And then there's a whole load, isn't there, just underneath that?
There is, and unfortunately for Dereck Chisora now, I think he's in that bracket and on the decline because of his age. It's natural, it happens, Father Time beats us all.
But he is popular, he draws a crowd, he still brings entertainment. Gashi attempting the 1-2 there. The danger here is that Chisora drifts and doesn't get his man out of there, and it becomes a boring spectacle over 10 rounds. He doesn't really need that, does he?
No, and he won't want that either. You know, the type of fella he is, he won't want a long, boring fight. He'll want some action, and he'll probably make the action himself. He's very unpredictable, as we know, you know, and as I say, being a fan of Chisora for years, the way he is, the unpredictability of him makes you be a fan as well.
He's trying to be elusive and tricky still, Gashi. Not offering a great deal. And an infuriating one. Let's see what Andy Clark makes of this.
Thanks, Adam. Well, through 6 rounds, I've got it 5-1 to Dereck Chisora. Early on, it looked like it might be a really fiddly, difficult fight to score. The opening round, nobody was really effective, so I went Chisora on proactivity. The second round, I went to Gashi, the only one I've given him, due to 1 single clean shot. Since then, Chisora's been the busier and the more proactive. Again, not a great deal has landed. Gashi's doing what he did against Takam, which is trying to get through the rounds by hitting and moving. That can get you 3 rounds, but it can't win you a fight. To win a fight, to win rounds, he's going to need to plant his feet and try and hit Chisora hard. And so far, there is just no sign that he's really willing to try and do that. Maybe he'll change towards the end of the fight, but at the minute, unfortunately, it's a pretty terrible fight.
It is. Not the volatile clash we wanted. Dereck Chisora plodding at times, but getting the job done. Certainly on Andy's unofficial card. 3 judges at ringside, scheduled for 10. And once again, we say, what else from Senad Gashi? It's up to him, isn't it, now? Does he want this or not?
Exactly, it is. You know, we're in the latter part of the fight now. He's obviously behind on the card. He must know, surely he's behind. He's going to have to do something. Again, I'm actually impressed with the way Chisora's holding his head and holding his nerve. You know, and he hasn't just lost it completely and is just marauding forward, letting his hands go, throwing stupid shots and getting caught with silly counters, which is what Dave Colwell in the corner has been asking him to do. If anything, he's listened a lot tonight to what Dave Colwell's saying.
Yep, he's following the plan. He showed his ambition going up to relocate to Rotherham, get away from North London. You just don't know with him. Agit Kabayel was a terrible performance in Monaco for the European title. Kubrat Pulev wasn't much better, but then Carlos Takam was incredible. A shot from Gashi finally. But so sporadic and lethargic he's been.
Frustrating to watch with Gashi. He's in a perfect position there to let go of a rear southpaw left uppercut. You know, Victor Loughlin's obviously having none of it and telling him no more holding.
It's been disappointing so far. No real memorable action at all, and we're nearly through 7 rounds. It's a must-win fight this for Dereck Chisora, of course, if he's going to keep any ambition going deep into his career. Gashi misses wildly, but at least he's throwing. Basic 1-2 from Chisora.
You can hear Dave Colwell asking for the 1-2, quick 1-2, but it wasn't really quick from Chisora. You know, lacking a lot of speed tonight for me.
Yeah, I think that might be because of the weight, but also the lengthy, hard career as well. But he came in very, very heavy on the scales for him at 18.5. He's much better sort of late 17s, isn't he?
He is. He's you know, again, we may be being a little bit unfair because Gashi's obviously a few stone lighter and is a lot sharper and faster, maybe making Chisora look a little bit slower than he actually is, but he just needs a little bit more urgency, a little bit more speed tonight, maybe not worry about the power. The power's obviously there.
Right hand after the bell from Chisora, but not much in that round, really. To talk about this here, Dave.
Eat the space up, walking down. You don't have to punch from far out. Walking down, make him make space, then shoot.
Forward, Dereck.
When you back him up now, I want you to trigger. Ba-bam, ba-bam, understand? Back shot, straight round here. Ba-bam, and then you can finish off there. Right?
Darren Barker in a new role. Former world middleweight champion, not just been advising David Allen, he's been training him, but he can't be in the corner tonight. Didn't get a license from the British board in time. He has worked a corner out in America when he had to at the last minute with Lee Purdy. But he's been with David Allen throughout this. He's got him in good shape. All these new fighter-trainer relationships. What do you think Dave Colwell will be thinking now? He has stuck to a plan, but he hasn't thrilled us at all, has he, Dereck Chisora, tonight?
No, and Dave's asking for the same thing every round. It's just Derek's not really ready to implement it just yet. You know, he's asking for fast shots when you come in, you know, bang, 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 bang. As soon as you get in, two shots. And Dereck just isn't quite sharp enough tonight to actually, A, pin Gashi down, and then B, implement what he's saying and let the shots go. But again, a lot of that is down to Gashi just not wanting to engage and being a bit gun-shy himself, not wanting to get involved too much in a fight and want to hold as soon as he can.
Jabbing the body against Chisora, but not letting the combinations rip. A lack of hand speed. Gashi just awkwardly negative and a really poor display. He's running out of time. if he's going to do anything. Come on, Dereck, people are saying at ringside. I think there's an annoyance with this fight. It just hasn't delivered.
It's that old saying, Adam, it takes two to tango. You know, Chisora's walking forward trying to fight. Gashi just does not want to engage. He only engages on his terms, and it's for about 5-10 seconds of a round.
Want to double up the jab, Chisora, but again, just wandering around the ring, Gashi. Back to orthodox. And the occasional swing.
When Gashi turns orthodox, that's when Chisora's going to start unloading.
Why hasn't he been able to pin him in a corner and just unleash a barrage?
If you watch now, while Gashi's southpaw, Chisora will throw a jab either to the head or to the body, and then when the right hand comes, Gashi's already moved out to his left. He keeps letting him out. When he gets there, see, he's gone again. And it's just through probably not much experience with southpaws, not being used to cutting the ring off with southpaws. But he's letting him out the side door every single time, Chisora, and again, probably through no fault of his own. Gashi just doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to engage. The minute Chisora lets his jab go, so he's leading with the right hand. Now that was a better shot. But when he turns orthodox like this, that's normality. That's when Chisora needs to put his foot down, in my opinion.
Just more of the same, though, from Chisora. I mean, does he want the 10 rounds? Was that always the idea? Doesn't look any urgency in trying to get the stoppage and make some sort of a statement, however difficult Gashi's been to engage with.
Again, I'm praising him for keeping his head, not losing his cool, but I don't think he could have got him out of there so far if he wanted to, because he's been that slippery, Gashi.
Let's hear what former foe now, he says, friend Dillian White's got to say about Dereck's performance.
Dillian, I sense a little bit of frustration from you as well. You've been shouting some advice to Dereck. What have you been shouting?
I'm saying Dereck to cut the ring. Dereck is a star. He's a switcher, and Dereck is following him one way. Dereck needs to step to his right and throw the overhand right. So if he punts, jab to his body, step to his right, you can close your eyes and throw the overhand right, and you nail him. So that's what he needs to do.
Do you believe Senad Gashi has come with a game plan, and that game plan is to win, or has he come to survive?
No, he's a survivor, you know. He's a great sparring partner. He's more of a sparring partner than he's an actual winner. You know what I mean? All his first round knockouts has come because he's an top fight. If you start pushing back and start hurting him, he struggles.
Thanks, and we look forward to seeing you here in July 20th.
Yeah, it'd be great to see Dillian White back. A really interesting fight that with Oscar Rivas. July the 20th, right here at the O2. His home now, isn't it, Dillian White? Dereck Chisora's got the fans. They've been quiet, though, tonight in with this very, very negative Senad Gashi, who lost to Takam, also to Tom Schwartz, who Tyson Fury fights in June. And he was doing okay, but he was then disqualified for headbutting Schwartz. There's a left and a right from Gashi, who certainly springs into life here at the beginning of the ninth, and he needs to. Maybe he's leaving it right to the bitter end to try and spring a surprise on Chisora and all of us.
I think he's certainly got to do something now. You know, there's no point in leaving it till the 9th or 10th round to actually start working. If he's going to work now, I don't know if he's just scared of getting knocked out, wants to go the distance. No, who knows? But the advice from Dillian White in between the rounds is perfect. It's what we were saying. I was trying to tell you the round before. He's throwing the jab and he's following him, and then he's letting Gashi out the side door. Gashi's moving out to his right. If he throws the jab, steps across, as Dillian White said, he'll be able to close his eyes and land that shot. The shot is there.
There's the fleet of foot from Gashi, but he's not delivering enough punches through these 9 rounds at all. It's a right hand from Chisora, and he just feigns being hurt.
And again, he got caught when he turned orthodox. Turning orthodox is no good for Gashi. It's given Chisora the way in.
Just catches him there. Chisora slightly off balance. It's not sending out any message, is it, to the higher echelons of the heavyweight division, this performance from Dereck Chisora, and certainly not from Senad Gashi.
No, and again, I don't want to be too harsh on Chisora, but it takes 2 to tango. Gashi does not want to fight. He's just wanted to mess Chisora up, land a big shot like that, a sneaky shot, as he's coming up, but then he just wants to hold and rough him up and sparring partner mentality.
Yep. Could have heard him slapping to the body there. Chisora, you remember in Monaco when Luis Ortiz and Malik Scott gave us a terrible fight. It was Malik just didn't want to fight, and he admitted to us after. It's a great talker, Malik Scott, and just said, I just didn't want it in there. And maybe Senad Gashi, it's all happening to him tonight. Maybe a bit physically tough at the beginning and thought, I'm just here to survive.
That's a big weight advantage as well for Dereck Chisora. You know, the size difference we can obviously see. You know, sometimes it looks like Chisora could throw him round when he's inside on them punches like this. It's just not doing it.
Well, if you're looking at the flip side, what a chance to get if you're Senad Gashi. You've had a full camp. Dereck Chisora has been knocked out in his last fight. You've got nothing to lose. You're losing support here because of the way you're performing.
He's just come in gun-shy. I think his attitude is, I just don't want to get knocked out, and that's the wrong attitude to have coming into a fight, whether it be against a good heavyweight or not.
Normally get excitement with this man. Lucas Brown, massive puncher. He's a long time into his career now, so slower, but we hope for better action against David Allen. We really do, because we need a heavyweight fight to light fire. This one hasn't at all.
5 seconds at a time. Okay, but don't pull your arms back swinging. Right, you understand? When you go, right? Hunt him down quicker. But behind that head movement, behind that face, your face and your jab has been brilliant. Right, really good. He mixed it up with the head and body, been brilliant. He's going to swing like fuck trying to take you out. Be smart, yeah?
Dereck War Chisora, but it's been a boxing ball, this one, it really has. Final round, thankfully, Victor Loughlin just looks down at your ringside ball as if to say, I'm glad it's the last 3 minutes. Can Senad Gashi do anything here? Is he going to throw caution to the wind, or is he just going to look to survive and take Dereck Chisora the distance?
Dave Caldwell, rightly so, as you said to Chisora, he's going to come at you non-stop. I really hope he does, just to see a little bit of action, because it'll bring Chisora into life like this.
Well, he's swinging a bit. Gashi looking to try and plant his feet, but you said Dereck Chisora has followed the game plan. What do you make of the overall performance, in the fact that he's coming off that knockout defeat, but not exactly doing anything spectacular?
No, again, I keep saying this, it takes two to tango, but I'd like to have seen Chisora maybe step it up, take it up a couple of gears, round 6, 7 onwards. You know, for me, he's there for the taking. He's moaning at every last thing that happens. One good little barrage of shots against him, and he's probably going to want to spew it. I think he should have been doing it a bit earlier, but again, Gashi's just made literally nothing of this fight. He's probably going to celebrate if he goes the distance, you know what I mean? And that's what I don't really like to see in this.
Good defence there from Chisora. Massive right hand. Gashi just nods appreciation of that one. Talking to him in there. You know, what is there really to say? Chisora's won it comfortably. And one of the most negative performances we've seen in heavyweight boxing in some time, on such a stage as well, from Senad Gashi. Very, very disappointing after all the talk, and the fact that he told us he had a proper camp and that he fancied the upset.
He should have saved his energy and his money on the sparring partners and not done a camp, because he probably would have performed the same way turning up tonight like this. It's just a completely negative performance.
He actually performed better at 3 days' notice against Carlos Takam. Yeah, he lost that, but he gave it a go. He showed us a lot of bottle. And tonight, as he tries a right hand and just falls over, last 30 seconds. Well, we've had some terrific action on Sky in recent months and years. And unfortunately, this one is going to be one we'll forget. A shame. Still another heavyweight fight to come. David Allen and Lucas Brown. Let's hope they give us more, because this just hasn't worked. He looks in his corner, Senad Gashi, and maybe he's got himself to blame. Dereck Chisora trying to finish with a bit of a flourish. It goes 10. It's disappointing. Dereck Chisora will get the win, and even his own fans are very mute. It's deathly quiet here in the O2. It really is. And it is one to utterly forget, Paul.
It is. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes. We get these type of fights. Just it takes two to tango again. I can't stop banging on about it, you know. And Gashi just didn't want to dance tonight. And unfortunately, that's what you're going to get. Someone can be negative, just wanting to go the distance. You know, I said at the end of it, I hope to God he doesn't celebrate, but he probably will. Just the fact that he's gone the distance. But he's certainly not in with a shout for this fight, and I just have no idea why he didn't go for it then in the last round. It's the biggest opportunity that he's ever going to get.
We as fans obviously respect every fighter that gets in there and is brave enough to fight at any sort of level. But, you know, I think when you've got that sort of record, and you're young at 28, and you've got that chance, you've been invited back again, you've had the camp, is he going to be kicking himself in the morning, Senad Gashi, or is he just going to be saying, you know what, I never had a chance to win in there because of the weight disadvantage? And for Dereck Chisora, he can't be happy with that performance.
No, Dereck Chisora can't, but for me, again, you know, there are some positives. He stuck to a game plan. I expected Chisora to lose his head there after about 6 or 7 rounds out of sheer frustration, knowing how volatile he is, knowing the type of character he is, and he didn't. So there are some positives, but it's the wrong end of his career. It's the wrong time scale to start learning new tricks, in my opinion, and having bad nights like this. He needs to really crack on now.
We've seen much better spars. Jogged his way through it, really, Dereck Chisora. Did follow Dave Caldwell's plan, and surely he'll be a wide winner on the cards. Let's find out from David Diamante, and then we can put this one to bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at the O2, we go to the judges' score totals. Ian John Lewis, 100-90. Marcus McDonald, 100-91. Michael Alexander, 99-91. All three for your winner by unanimous decision from Finchley, Dereck Chisora.
So 30th professional victory for